So why is it called Navand Mantra? Because it has 9 syllables in it. And these 9 syllables, there are 9 forms of Durga also. Yes, Navratri, how many nights it has? 9 nights. Especially for those who don't understand Hindi much, Navratri, 9 nights. Nav Durga, 9 forms of Durga. Navand, 9 syllables. And there is a big debate over Om Am Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche or Am Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche. I think everybody keeps asking this question. Both are okay. According to the scriptures, of course, Om was not to be added. Am mantra, when a mantra starts with the syllable Am, then you don't add Om. But Om is also Pranav. So when you add it, it gives Sampurna Shakti. So it can be added in some cases. Also, Om, once you add Om, then it becomes Dash Akshari mantra. It is no longer Navand mantra. Hence, we will only chant Am Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche. But Siddha Kunjika Sotra में भी शुरू होता है Om Am Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche. Yes? अच्छा, Am Reem Kleem are the Bijakshars of Saraswati, Lakshmi and Kali. Am is for Saraswati, Reem is for Mahalakshmi and Kleem is for Mahakali. So imagine a mantra which has the combined effect of all these 3 Mahadevis. There can't be anybody bigger than this, right? So you can imagine how potent this mantra is. Uske baad hota hai 9 grahas. Most of the troubles in our life, whatever we are going through in our life, and also the cycle of birth and death, this only is determined by our karmas. This is only, and karmas ka result kaun deta hai? Who gives the result of our karmas? It is the 9 grahas. So to counteract the effect of this 9 grahas, Navand mantra is what works. This is how powerful Navand mantra is. And as we do every day when we sit down for chanting, I will explain more and more about Navand mantra. Today I will only explain the first akshar. First akshar is Am. Am is the Bijakshar of Saraswati. Saraswati gives you what? Any idea? There are various forms of Saraswati. Saraswati gives you, which I will explain Vasant Panchami ke time, but I'll just give you one brief idea. Saraswati gives you intelligence, which is the analytical mind. Saraswati gives you memory retention. Saraswati gives you the power of debating. Jivha pe bhi jo baithti hai. Saraswati gives you the power of discrimination, Vivek. And Saraswati gives you the power to control your mind also. Because without controlling your mind, you can never succeed, whether materially or spiritually. So the first month and the first syllable of this mantra is Saraswati. But what happens? We are too busy running behind Lakshmi or Kali. Everybody who comes to me, they want either Shatru Nivaran or they want money. But they don't realize that even the Vedas, even the Rishis gave first prominence to Saraswati. And Saraswati is also what? Anybody? What is Guru? Saraswati ka form. Yes. But we all want to skip the Guru mantra, the Ganpati mantra, the Bhairav mantra and just go straight to the Mahavidyas. So this Navand mantra also emphasizes that without Guru, without going through the proper system, you cannot reach the goal. Yes, otherwise they could have put Om Reem, pehle Lakshmi ko de dete, and baki ka, why even put 9 syllables? Just chant Reem and get everything that you want. But if you don't have the power of discrimination, first, if you are not intelligent enough, you may not be able to make money. If by any chance, despite your lack of intelligence, you've made money, if you don't have the power of discrimination, the money will just go away. That money will be lost in no time. And again, Kleem, Shatru, everybody comes. Either it is money problem or it is Shatru problem. And in Shatru problem, I also count marital problem, because generally husband and wife, those who have marital troubles, it is always because, they are both treating each other like Shatrus. Yes. So without knowledge, you will not be able to handle your enemies, or you will not be able to even discriminate that it is not the person who is my enemy. It is the feeling, it is the misinterpretation, it is the destiny, it is our past karmas, because of which I regard this person as Shatru, or because of which this person is treating me so badly, or I have this animosity towards him. Saraswati, the Aang Beej, gives you the power of discrimination to see beyond things as they are, to understand that it is all because of your karmas, and unless you forgive, unless you forget, you will not be able to break this cycle of birth and death, and you will be born with the same enemies, the same friends again and again, and not be able to free yourself from this cycle of Janma and Mrityu, birth and death. Yes, this is the importance of Saraswati, and this is the and Saraswati is also Guru. Saraswati is also to a great extent Ganpati. Normally, students should chant Ganpati and Guru both to succeed and reach their goal. And also Saraswati, because Saraswati gives you mental peace. You cannot have mental peace unless you learn how to control the mind. You can have everything in the world. It is useless unless you are at peace. You will never be able to enjoy. You will never be happy. You will be born as a miserable person. You will die as a miserable person. And there is no point in chanting, getting money, getting married, anything if you are not happy. And that happiness can only come from Saraswati. Also, Purnamansik Shanti is a form of Lakshmi, which again is a very neglected form of Lakshmi, which people are not aware of. The ultimate goal is but Shanti. And Shanti is also Satchidanand, which is Samadhi, which is Nirvikalpa Samadhi, which is again the highest goal for any sadhak. Okay. Also, before we start this, I remember Guruji ke Kamakhya ke teen vachan. I am going to remind this to everybody because this is something that we should keep contemplating again and again. First was, Ahankar Rahi Jeevan, live a life free of ego. And for that, you should always remember that you are not the doer. If today I start feeling egoistic, oh, I am teaching you people. No. It is the gurus who want the knowledge to be spread, who want the knowledge to be propagated, and that knowledge you are receiving through me. I am not the doer. You are not receiving the knowledge. Your karmas, it is the grahas influencing you. It is again the blessing of gurus and God that you are able to sit in this session and listen to me and gain all this knowledge. This is very, very important if you want the blessings of all three. So first, Kamakhya ka vachan is Ahankar Rahit Jivan, live a life free of ego. Second is Shatruo ko bhi Shama karo. You have to forgive even the worst of your enemies. If you carry any grudge, you will never be able to have be peaceful. Without peace, to point hi kya hai kuch bhi karne ka, right? So you have to remember always, and also you will never be able to break the cycle of birth and death if you do not learn to forgive. Somebody says something, because you also have that negativity bhi nahi hai. It is human nature. It is our inherent nature. It is the constitution of the human body that you will have an urge to react. It has nothing to do with you being a good person or a bad person. And to break beyond all of this is what Saraswati is needed. And unless you break this cycle of engaging with people, you will not be able to break the cycle of being born with them. And if you keep being born with these people, you'll never be able to succeed, whether in this birth or in the next birth. It may not happen automatically, but it should happen towards the end of your life. And easily one small tip that I gave some people here, and I'll give others also who have not spoken to me personally, is every time somebody annoys you, irritates you, instead of giving that person some expletive, instead of using that, just use God bless you. Let God bless you be your stupid idiot. Jo usko gali deni hai na, let that be God bless you. Even if you don't mean that God bless you, start saying God bless you. And sooner or later, that God bless you will start flowing naturally, and you will not accumulate more negative karma, and you will be able to disengage from these souls with whom you have karmic debt. So second point, forgive even your worst enemies. Third, paropakar ki bhavna. Always think beyond yourself. Yesterday, I was telling somebody that whatever money you make, 10% का rule होता था in our scriptures that 10% should be utilized for religious purpose. In that 10%, 1% used to go directly, 1% should be given to your gurus or temples or whatever, but the remaining 9% used to be for your pilgrimage, your donations, your anything. So when you go on a pilgrimage, you end up supporting a lot of people. When you donate, you learn to benefit others. With the more you benefit, you will receive manifold. एक बात हमेशा याद रखना. If you give 1 rupee, you're going to receive 100,000 rupees back in your life, depending on your intention, depending on your destiny. So paropakar ki bhavna is very, very important. And these three things you should remember during entire Navratri. Don't get angry. First 3 days, the Asuri Shaktis are at their fullest, strongest. ये भी मैं बता दूं, 3 दिन, first 3 days, and you have to notice this. You have to observe this yourself. The first 3 days का meditation का intensity notice करना, and notice the intensity first 3 days, then notice the intensity the next 3 days, and then observe your experiences in the final 3 days of Navratri. For some of you, because this is the first time, this is why I'm breaking it down. So first 3, second 3, last 3 days. And you have to write a journal. And at the end of the session, you have to come and discuss, Ki, Didi, this happened. Why did this happen? Okay. First 3 days, Asuri Shaktis are at their strongest. You will not be able to focus. Every time you sit down to chant, there will be some or the other obstacle. And God and the Asur, the negative forces, will try their best to get a reaction from you. If you have reacted, fine. Forgive yourself first, then forgive the other person and sit down back in your sadhana. But try not to engage. And bhool kar bhi do not fight with another woman during the 9 days of Navratri. You have to treat every woman, whether married, whether unmarried, whether widowed, whether a child, with utmost respect, because Devi is in all of the women. But that does not mean you go on fighting with the men. Don't fight with the men. If she is Devi, he is Devta. Okay? And the vegetarian food, everybody will eat. I'm assuming most of us be already vegetarian, but there will be vegetarian food. Avoid going to anybody's house during the 9 days of Navratri. You will not eat food that is served by anyone. You will not visit anybody's house. You will stick to either your house or your guru's temple or guru's premises. If that is not possible, कोई बहुत powerful Devi का temple है, you can go there. But avoid going to the other temples as well, because whatever you are chanting, then that gets dissipated. It is again useless. Your sum total will be 0. And then you will come after 1 year, 2 years. I've been chanting for so long. Why did I not benefit? Because you went away and you withered away all of your energy. That is not my fault or the Guru's fault, right? If there is a water tank, it is filled with a lot of water, and you keep the tap on, and the water tank is not getting filled. If all the water drains out, that is not the fault of the tank. There was enough water in it. But if you keep draining your energies like this, then nobody can help you. So be very careful about where you go, what you eat, and avoid eating anywhere at all. Also, keep quiet as much as possible. Maun ka dharan karna chahiye. I remember once we went to Kamakhya during Navratri, and there was this, Caucasian lady. She did not speak 9 days ka maun hai to maun hai. Baba Bhutnath ji used to keep maun, silence, vow of silence once a week, and Navratri mein to continuously, because you have to save your energy as much as possible. So remember this, and finally keep chanting this mantra that I'm giving you. Only focus on this mantra for this time, for the 9 days. Keep chanting this mantra when you're walking, when you're sleeping, when you're driving, when you are cooking, when you are doing anything. Eventually, towards the last 9 days, you have to tell me what happens if you follow this rule. You will tell me, because if I tell you now, then I will subtly influence you. I do not want to influence you, but I want to hear all of your experiences when you follow these steps.